Morning, peeps. Good morning, everyone. How are we all doing? Hopefully all doing very, very well. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Yes, we have gone past 25,000, but the next target is 30,000. So please keep hitting that subscribe button. Keep liking and sharing the videos. Thank you to everyone that is doing that. All right, obviously the announcement yesterday was that AJ Fury has been signed. I did do a live yesterday. Thank you so much to everyone that jumped on the live. There's quite a few of you in the end, especially considering it was a lastminute.com live. Quite a few of you jumped on, so thank you. I've slept on it and my excitement has gone down a little bit. Can't lie to you, it wasn't as high as it was yesterday, just because of the latest news that we have. That yes, the fight is signed. Yes, contracts have been agreed, but there is still no venue. They're waiting on. It almost, from the outside looking in, it almost seems like they're waiting on the highest bidder for a site fee. I mean, we've heard of, I don't know, Dubai, Saudi Arabia, Texas. There could be a couple of others as well. And I think they're just waiting on the biggest site fee in order to make sure that they can pay both fighters what both fighters are demanding for this fight. That, again, I don't know if that's fact. That's kind of what it seems like to me. So yeah, we wait, right? Let's calm down our excitement just a little bit. I mean, I was fucking at 1 million yesterday, like really excited. Now I'm kind of, yeah, give me a date and venue and then we can really party. You know, let's have that. But nonetheless, it does look like it's inching closer. I will say that. I do feel like the headache or what everyone was talking about, the arbitration situation with Wilder, I don't think that's a hurdle anymore. It now looks like it's just a case of where this fight happens, where and when. You know, when will probably be, I don't know, July? What are we now? March, April, May. Yeah, July seems still possible. So I feel like they've got 5 or 6 weeks to get a site and site fee. That's kind of where I'm thinking. I still think it's going to be Saudi. And if so, I don't know. I actually don't even know if that venue they built for Ruiz Joshua is still there. Or they're going to have to build somewhere else. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen. But yeah, I'm just waiting now, like all of you, for some more news. All right, let's talk about, and we haven't really spoken about this, the fight card that's coming up on Saturday. We are going to do a live watch along for it, people. I don't know what time we're going to start, but I will let you know. But it's obviously Lawrence Okolie versus Glowacki for a world title. I've not actually had a look at the actual fight card yet. So all right, so we'll have a look at the fight card and then we'll do scores on the doors as we do. All right, so Ellie Scottney, this will be her second fight. She takes on Malise Gangloff. I like Scottney, you know, I can't lie to you. She came in to the TalkSport 2 studio. I interviewed her about 2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago. I like her. She's got a lot of energy and she can fucking fight as well. Like, forget all the energy and personality stuff. She can go. So I look forward to seeing her career. Ramla Ali versus Beck Connolly. I interviewed Ramla as well. Yeah, so these, look, it's their second fight, so they're not going to be matched, you know, in any way, shape or form. It's just a case of getting them out. Bradley Ree versus Lee Cutler. It's a middleweight fight, 2 unbeaten fighters. Joe Cordina, who I really, really like. Just want to see him be pushed a bit quicker now. Unbeaten Joe Cordina, super featherweight. He takes on Farouk Kubanov, who is 17-2. Let me quickly look at this Farouk Kubanov. I haven't heard of him before. Okay, 17-2, but those 2 losses have come in his most recent fights, really. So in his last 4 fights, he's lost 2 of them. Okay, Joe Cordina should get the job done there. Anthony Fowler, he takes on Jorge Fortia. Now, Anthony Fowler, this wasn't supposed to be Anthony Fowler, but The original opponent for Jorge Fortea, can't remember who it was, has pulled out. So Anthony Fowler steps in. WBA International Super Welterweight strap on the line for that one. Chris Billiams-Smith, who everyone likes, he takes on Vasil Duka for the WBA Cruiserweight strap. Obviously, the main event, Lawrence Okoli versus KRZYSZTOF Glowacki for the vacant WBO Cruiserweight strap. It's all right. It's all right. I'm not doing cartwheels. It's an all right card. Just all right for me. I'm not gonna, like, it's a world title fight, so we should be happy. Most of these world title fights seem to be going on pay-per-view events nowadays, so I am happy, but I just think a bit more in there for me. But yeah, anyway, look, it's happening. I'm more interested about the main event, Lawrence Okoli versus KRZYSZTOF Glowacki. I like Lawrence Okoli a lot. I've mentioned him a lot on this channel. I should probably give him his full title now. Lawrence Okoli, singer, author, and boxer. Right? I mean, this guy's fucking releasing music. He's released a book recently. You know, you always hope, and I'm sure that Shane McGuigan and his team and 258 management are making sure that he's fully focused on the job. You don't want any distractions, right? I mean, you don't want that. But I'm sure he's focused on the job. If you can make it, if you get the opportunity to make some music and do some other things to keep your mind, like with boxers, I always feel like your head needs to be 100% in the game. But then some people say, no, you actually need something else, right? Something else to do just to make sure that you just don't go fucking psycho, really. And so I don't mind the idea of him doing something else. Again, I just hope that he's fully focused on what is a dangerous fight in front of him. I mean, KRZYSZTOF Glowacki, no joke, you know, no joke. My only concern for Glowacki is that Glowacki hasn't fought since Bradis. Remember that fight? Very controversial. That was the 15th of June, 2019. Glowacki hasn't fought for nearly 2 years. So, yeah, you know. But he has 2 losses on the record, and those 2 losses are to arguably the 2 best cruiserweight fighters of this generation, right, in Bradis and Usyk. So he's no slouch. Again, though, you have to be concerned about the time off. It's a huge layoff. That 2 years. Well, it's not 2 years exactly, but what was it, 22 months? That's a huge layoff. But we'll see how rusty he looks in the opening rounds. I think it was so important for Lawrence Okoli to have that fight that Lawrence Okoli had against Nikodem Juweski. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Got the job done early, but again, he got out, didn't he? He got out. He had a real training camp, a real fight. That's good. That was important because he was out quite a long time as well. Remember, his last fight before that was against Yves Ngannou for the European strap, and that was October 2019. So I think it was important that he had a fight just to kind of shake off the cobwebs. I think he will become world champion. I really do. There's a lot of things I like. I like more things than I don't like about Lawrence Okoli. Again, this guy has cleaned up, and I've said it numerous times, but I'm going to repeat myself. He's cleaned up British and European level just like that. Like, what problem has he had? You can all criticize his style of fighting, but he gets the job done. And he's made it look easy. I think he looked better against Ngannou, and I think he looked very good, albeit against a limited opponent, against Jezescu. I'm going to pronounce his name correctly. Jezescu. You should see when this happens when I'm on air. I mean, I butcher names. It's not even, I'm not impressed by it, but some of the names they put in front of me, I'm like, jeez. So yeah, I think Lawrence is going to show a lot here. I really do. I think this is still hot. So basically, this is just a black coffee, and I don't drink black coffee. I'm not promoting black coffee. Just ran out of milk. I thought I had milk, and I haven't got it, and I just couldn't be bothered to go downstairs. The shop, it's only just like a minute away, but I was like, oh, I ain't going downstairs. So we're drinking black coffee. Cheers. No sugar as well, because I ran out of sugar. This is what happens. If you've got a girlfriend or a wife, these things are just there. You don't even notice they're just there. You know, men, single men, useless at these type of stuff. God. Yeah, look, so I think Lawrence Okolie's going to win. Fingers crossed he's been working on his inside game. I know that's one thing that everyone gets annoyed at. That will come. That will come. But we know at a distance, and that's, to be fair, where he needs to be against Glowacki. You don't want Glowacki coming up close to you. You don't want to have that kind of fight with Glowacki. Just stay on the outside and pop him. And Lawrence Okolie's got the power. He's got the outside. He's got the reach. He can just stay on the outside and pop him. But this is a big step up, you know. It's a big step up. Again, a lot of people, I've seen the bookies odds on this one. Lawrence Okolie is a massive favourite. And I'm like, again, guys, the only people to beat Glowacki are Bradis and Usyk. As good as Lawrence Okolie is, he's not Bradis and he certainly isn't Usyk. Not that guy. So, I don't know. We'll see how he gets on. I expect him to win this, and then we'll see what happens in terms of, he's spoken about unifying the division and then going up to heavyweight. I do think Lawrence Okolie will be at heavyweight sooner rather than later. All the money, and look, there's some good fights at cruiserweight, but they're not money fights. All the money is at heavyweight. I mean, you don't even have to have a world title. You know what I mean? Like, literally, you could just be floating in and around the top 20. You can make some very, very good money. And there are some very good matchups I'd like to see Lawrence Okolie in. I just would like to see a bigger Lawrence Okolie as well. So, look, good luck to Lawrence Okolie. Again, we will be doing a live watch along. I don't know. Seeing that fight card, I don't know if we're going to do all the... We definitely aren't doing all the fight card. Let's have a look again. We'll probably start from Joe Cordina, if this is the order anyway. So we'll do Joe Cordina, we'll do Anthony Fowler's fight, Chris Williams-Smith's fight, and Lawrence Okolie. So we'll do 4 fights. So we'll do that. So I'm guessing that means we're probably going to start around 8:30. Yeah, around 8:30, but I'll let you guys know. All right, let's have a quick look and see if there's any stories here for us to read before we pack up. Trainer, Joshua preparing to combat a whole host of techniques and tactics from Tyson Fury. Yep, let's wait. Let's wait and see. What's this one? Anthony Fowler, I'm looking to fight someone like Sergio Garcia. Good matchup. I like that. Good matchup. What else have we got here? Chocolatito, not only did they rob me of the fight, they robbed Nicaragua too. Yeah, disappointing result that, honestly. He won that by 2 rounds. I know there's been some people, though, to be fair, that have given it to Estrada. So it's not like a complete robbery. I think what happens is when you get a scorecard like 117, 111, that then sort of heightens the robbery talk. But if the fight was scored 115, 130 across the board to Estrada, I don't think people will be screaming robbery. But I personally think Chocolatito won that fight by a couple of rounds. I mean, that's what I personally think. Canelo Alvarez seeks long-term relationship with Eddie Hearn as his promoter. Wow. What a move. Like, for Eddie. I mean, he's got AJ and Canelo. And people still think he isn't... I now believe with those two that he's the most powerful promoter in the world. Some people will say it's numbers, and although Al Heyman's not a promoter, kind of, / manager, Al Heyman's got the numbers, but give me Canelo and AJ over the numbers. Give me Canelo and AJ, please. I'll take those two over 10 of PBC or Al Heyman fighters, personally. So yeah, well done to Eddie. Fucking Oscar must be livid. Because this almost looks like something that's gone on behind the scenes. All right, what you're going to do, you're going to sue DAZN. No, that's all right. It's all right. Listen. Sue DAZN, don't worry. Sue Golden Boy, get out of the contract. What we'll then do is get you back on DAZN. You sign with me. That seems like, but that's what I see. Huh. What else we got here? Not much, to be honest. Not much at all. Clarissa Shields, by the way, is having an MMA fight very, very soon. she was on the Joe Rogan podcast and speaking about it. The podcast, I think, airs today. But she mentioned in like the picture she put up on Instagram that she's told Joe Rogan that she is having an MMA fight soon. So her next fight will not be boxing, it will be MMA. Frank Warren, I've got more faith in Saunders beating Canelo than his own promoter. Yeah, it's interesting that. Because Eddie is constantly talking about Saunders being the toughest test for Canelo, but then on the other side, he's talking about, yeah, we're not afraid to fight the likes of Caleb Plant. So he's already picking opponents for Canelo. Yeah. I don't think Saunders cares. At the end of the day, and Frank Warren might say this, but at the end of the day, Eddie's got the fight for him. Warren wasn't able to do this. Warren, I don't think, would have been able to do this. Eddie's been able to do it. He's got the fight. He's done it, right? I mean, Callum Smith was moaning, got Callum Smith the fight. Billy Joe Saunders has been moaning, he's got Billy Joe the fight. He's getting the fights now. People can say what they want. He's getting the fights. Aram on Lomachenko versus Haney. That's a fight we would certainly consider. Yeah. Let's see what he does against Jorge Linares. I really hope he looks good against Jorge Linares. He's got to look good, in fact, against Jorge. Sorry, people. He's got to look good against Jorge. And then we can start talking about those type of fights. Because I feel like everyone's just dismissing Loma all of a sudden. Like, I even saw something with Ryan Garcia and Luke Campbell. I didn't know Ryan Garcia had a YouTube channel that's got something like 800,000 subscribers. Didn't know this. So he's not just got the Instagram, he's got the YouTube channel. Geez, this guy is like ticking the boxes. And Luke and I think Ryan were kind of basically talking about Luke is specifically, obviously, because he fought Loma, almost dismissing Loma. Like, no, not as good as I thought, blah, blah, blah. That kind of talk. Okay. Anything else before we pack? This is an interesting one. Shannon Courtney versus Ebane Bridges for the WBA title on April 10th. Rachel Ball's out. She had COVID earlier in the year and she still doesn't feel she's 100%. Now, I'm sorry. I mean, I know a lot of you seem to be excited about Ebane Bridges more because of, let's be honest, you're excited because of her photos, right? Decent boxer, but that's kind of where the sell is, right? She's selling herself well, but there's no way on this earth she should be fighting, or Shannon Courtney should be fighting for a world title, but certainly not Ebane Bridges. But I don't think Shannon Courtney should be either. If anyone should be fighting for a world title out of the Australian girl specifically, like Ebane Bridges is not even the best Australian at that weight. The best Australian at that weight is a girl called Shannon O'Connell. Go and check her out. Now, she's the best at the weight. She should be fighting for the world title. But because she doesn't set herself like the way in which Ebane Bridges does, and look, again, no dig at Ebane Bridges, do what you got to do to get the fights and get the money. But there has to be, like, I don't know how, is it the WBA? I don't know how the WBF sanctioned this. Like, again, it should be Shannon O'Connor. They're going to do it that route and it's going to be professionally sanctioned, all that palaver. Should be Shannon O'Connell that's fighting for a world title. Whether or not it's against Shannon Courtney is another discussion altogether, but it should not be Ebane Bridges, who, again, I like because of the way in which she's pushing herself. But if we're talking about just from a pure boxing standpoint, forget the idea of promoting. Remember, this is a world title. Forget the idea of all the promotional side. Just a pure boxing standpoint, it should be Shannon O'Connell that fights for a world title. But you guys have probably never even heard of her, right? I think that's fair to say. A lot of people haven't. Oh yeah, Demetrius Andrade versus Liam Williams is done, isn't it? That fight's happening. I mentioned it on Sunday, April 17th. We'll see. I think as much as I like Liam Williams, I do think Andrade is just a level above, and I think he'll prove it come April 17th. But you never know. I think Liam Williams at 160 is a completely different fighter from Liam Williams at 154. It's getting better. It's getting better. All right, are we done? I think we're done. Yeah, I think we're done. We are done. Peace and love.